So I'm on a bit of a tangent right now, YouTube. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I was talking to a guy for a while, Jonathan Hafer, something like that, and on YouTube, of course. And he's convinced that everybody who's not a Christian, and I think it's his particular brand of Christianity, is going to hell. I obviously disagree with that strongly. I believe there's many ways to God. But my question to him, and still hasn't been answered, is what about, now you gotta go back 2,000 years plus, when Jesus first appears to the disciples in the Bible, and he says, go and make disciples of all men, and then he goes up into heaven, and they go to that little house, and they wait for the Holy Spirit to come down, and I'm not going into the whole biblical story, but the point is, there's a long period of time before the name Jesus, the idea of a monotheistic God called Jesus, ever got anywhere near America. So, not to mention South America, or Australia, or Greenland, or Canada. Anyway, the whole North American continent, and Australia, and Japan, all the islands, including Hawaii, all the Pacific Islands, Philippines, 90% of Africa, then you got China. There's a huge population back then, even. I think the northern parts of Russia were touched eventually by Paul, but... Okay, so all those places never heard of Jesus until thousands of years later. In the cases of, like, China, we're talking like 500-600 years. But in the cases of America, we are talking about till Columbus sailed the big ocean blue in 1492 and landed there. And then we're only talking about the people he came into contact with. We're not talking about the people all the way over in California area. We are talking about a long period of time, 1,000 years plus, where nobody over there has even heard of this monotheistic God. Did they all go to hell? That is crazy. All these people who never even heard of God, they're just going to go to hell? I know the Mormons have an answer to some of this. They say that Jesus appeared to the North Americans and Native Americans and preached to them, and that they're the lost tribe of Israel. Or the story's getting strange. Sorry, Mormons. Believe whatever you want to believe. It doesn't sound much stranger to me than some of the interesting Christian theologies. Guys walking on water, boats being built for all the animals on the planet. All the millions of species. Including the thousands and thousands and thousands of beetles. Alright, whatever. The point is, it's insane to believe that everybody who doesn't believe in the one monotheistic Jesus Christ as God is going to hell, when you've got 1,000+ years of history where people didn't even know who the guy was, and then when they did find out who he was, it was like, oh, you mean my great 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 grandfathers went to hell? Oh, that's so disappointing. But now I believe. And I can hear the apologetics now. No, no, no. The Native Americans believed in a universal spirit God. They had a monotheistic religion. They definitely all went to heaven. The universal spirit God had nothing to do with Jesus or the cross, which by you can only be saved according to the Bible. I mean, don't give me that bullshit. I know better. So, again, my question is to Jason Hafer and all the rest, what about this 1500-year time period where 90% of the world didn't know about Jesus or God in a monotheistic way for Jesus? Or that there were even Jews, or that Israel was even on the map, or that or that there even was a Jerusalem, or that there even was a whole other part of the planet. You can't say, oh, they don't matter. That's 1,500 years of people, children, babies, old men, old women, young women, a whole flock generation growing up and dying, having no clue or concept of this monotheistic God. Then I hear the apologetics. I guarantee this is going to be their next argument. Well, God can be found in nature. So God would reveal himself to them in nature. Yeah, he did. That's why they worship the sun. I don't mean the S-O-N, I mean the S-U-N. The mother and sun up there in the sky. I'm trying to tone down my language. Come on. It's right there. Of course they worship the sun, but they didn't worship Jesus. And according to the Bible, you have to go to heaven. You have to worship Jesus as the only Son of God. So again, my question is, what about them? You don't worship nature and go to heaven according to the Christian faith. According to mine you can, but according to the and I don't mean the Christian faith, I'm sorry, according to the fundamental faith of Christianity, the total nut jobs on the right side, who are the fundies we call them, the total wackos, those are the ones that believe that. I'm a Christian myself, but I'm a progressive liberal, and I don't believe that God sent all those people to hell who never, ever even had the opportunity. Even if you're a fundy, I don't know how you explain that. So, I'm putting it out there. Send your video files, send your texts, whatever. And subscribe, please, to all my faithful viewers. I love you. That's very appreciated. But whatever you do, please post your comments, because that really gets conversations going. Okay, thank you.